Let's do this. Yo, 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 yo. Hello. Grab the clipboard. And where's my pen? Pen, let's go. We're locked in. We are here earlier than normal. Honestly, Kelly B, I'm amazed you're here. It's kind of early. It's like 8 or somewhere between like 8 and 10 for you. Base as hell. Maybe even earlier, maybe like 7. It'd be crazy if you were here that time. Yo. Did I pin this? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Let me switch over to this. Just this tab. I should start off. We got Diane away. I saw him in the chat just now. Still not sure about D section drop or C or B or A. Should I finish this? Diane away definitely loves the giga variation arrangement. Okay, I missed the stream. I appreciate it. 5? Holy man. You're an absolute G. Why is this? Hold on. No. Did you send the wrong link again? Did you send me the wrong link? How did you manage this? I wonder if you're like on mobile, like sending this. It's not this one. We need to have like a bingo board for the stream. Like dying away, sending the wrong link, me being late, chat roasting me for being late. What else would go in like the starter pack for a KillCon feedback stream? Broken links. Giga bangers. Also, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the sample flip stream tomorrow. I'll see if I can do it early as well. Like in theory I can do it early, but I have an appointment tomorrow that I totally forgot about when I scheduled the stream that I agreed to a couple weeks back. Yeah, we'll see. And also I need to figure out next week because I'll be away, like I'll be traveling, but I still want to do the streams. The question is just if I'll have good enough internet to do it. You sent it? I bet. In theory we could have reviewed another track actually, but it's fine. Let's get settled in. I bet. No, I'm not good at trance.mp3. Nice. I don't know why I made that garbage break and drop. Please, oh my god, what the hell? I was trying to be like Ryan Knox. I mean, that Ryan Knox. Why did I say Ryan? Ryan Knox is also a good reference. Like it's, he's got a lot of tracks. So we're going to Yesterday Land with this one. Diane Knox, What is that? That's so cool. Whoa! Yo, that's so cool! What? I'm gonna have to replay that afterwards. That's so sick. Yo! Okay. Okay, that's so dope. The end. Wow, okay, I have to go back to this. This is so cool. This is so hype. That's so cool. That's so sick. I love that. That part is genuinely perfect. I don't know what this lie is. Like, you're not good at trance. The trance part is honestly the best bit. It's the coolest part. And just a sec, I think overall the mix needs some works. Yeah, I think as well there's too many ideas. I've noticed definitely this pattern of like, and I think this is overall not a bad thing. It's just something that you have to push through to get to a really nice final product. If you listen to most of these like really sick like Roy Knox, Monster Cat, NCS type of tracks, they have not that many variations in terms of like their patterns in a single drop. Whereas you have like 8 tracks in one drop, which is cool when you're producing because it's like, oh, there's like all of these switch ups. But if I'm just listening to the song and I just want to like enjoy the vibe, it's too many ideas, right? You can't really be like, oh yeah, that track. It's like, okay, that track with like 17 different, it's just too many different ideas or too many variations to like get invested in like a particular melody or rhythm. So I would say pick the best ones out of these. Like, honestly, I'm just going to go through these now. Like this, da, da, da. This one doesn't really land for me. This dum 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 thing, that's cool. I like that. I feel like if you A/B this, that could be cool. Not sure what this is, and I feel like it's not really. Like, maybe if you have it as like a C outro, it could be cool. Also within that, I would say the vocal in here is super cool and atmospheric, and it really gives a lot of like energy. So I would turn that up, make that more present in the mix, even if it's not like the main element. I would just have it up there because it's giving a lot of energy. Also, build wise, I feel like the builds are a little understated, so you could go harder with the builds, like make them more exciting. Here as well. This transition, I've just kind of noticed this as well, where you have like a lot of transitions that just kind of happen. It's just like we've gone to a new section, but you don't really, there's no like moment in there. So I would take this transition, this one hits so well because of this like fake out, and it's perfect, right? This is a great example. And then like even here, there's like another build. Like this build is kind of understated, and it doesn't feel like we're building to anything. It's just kind of like we're waiting. So that's also me using every sound I know how to make in one track, so I don't have any ideas for future tracks. It's kind of real though. Yeah, I would say, yeah, main focuses are simplifying the drops in terms of like how many ideas. And the cool thing is once you do that, it becomes a lot easier to mix it because you only need to mix. You don't need to mix a sound to work for, 5 different kinds of rhythms. You only need to mix it for this particular idea. And it's a lot easier to like hone in 2 or 3 patterns than it is to hone in like 7 or 8. Said last break and drop it's garbage. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if you need them. Like, genuinely, you might just want to like I think it's cool. I like the gum bass style. I just don't think it's like serving super well. I don't know. It just feels a little weak right now. But it might be something where you just work on it. But I would focus more on this other stuff because this stuff is definitely working. Like all the first half. Man, the trance bit is so cool. Like, genuine, this is so cool. The only thing I wish for is more sub frequencies. If a sub is hitting here like just let it be fat. Let it be fat. And then it'll be amazing. You just gotta go through ideas until you reach the actual final idea. Yeah, I agree. It's like garbage, but like I understand what you mean when you're like, it's not good, but it's not good yet. You know what I mean? But it will be. You gotta go through the trashier ideas until you get to a refined version. Yeah. Definitely like the hardest bits as well out of the variations is like the rhythm. I would focus a lot on like getting the right rhythms. Because once you do, everything else is going to click. Alright, bet. Oh, also coming out of the trance thing, this transition also is an example where you need like more. You kind of have like, I would add more like risers and stuff here, but it also needs to then have like impacts and land with energy because it's a really, really high energy piece. And then it kind of just like stops. We go from like, and then it just whoop, goes like down in energy by a significant amount. You sort of drop immediately into like a melodic break, which, yeah, I would make this land harder. Okay, next one. That was a long feedback. I have to submit this next week. Okay. Sound. Ooh, it's this one. Love this one.
No, I can never.
You're welcome, Diane Knox.
That cold December when I lost your touch. Don't you remember the cold and the feeling? Sat by the fire when we lost our love, when we lost our way. Can you feel it? Pull you closer when we're far away, when we lost our way. Can you feel it? Pull you closer when we're far away. Let's get lost in space.
Oh, I love this so much. Yeah, it sounds really good now. Seek. Seek. Actually, wait, I want to go back to this transition. I still want a transition here.
Don't you remember the cold and the feeling? Sat by the fire when we lost our love, when we've lost our way. Can you feel it? Pull you closer when we're far away, when we've lost our way. Can you feel it? Pull you closer when we're far away. Let's get lost in space.
This sounds good now, I think. Ooh, that lead is cool.
Let's get lost in space.
Okay, I love this, man. This I'm so excited for this track to get released. My main thoughts are, I think the Reese is really loud in the break. Like, this is quite loud still, I think. If you want to keep it like this, it's not... There's no, like, technical reasons. Like, oh, it's ruining your mix. It's just, I think it's sucking a bit of the impact out of this. Because it's not as layered and there isn't as much like masking between different sounds going on. The Reese sounds like more present, and if you just make it a little quieter, it's not quite as in German we say auffällig. It's not as noticeable that like you have this like this issue with the masking in this A part of the drop. And also I think it's covering up the vocal a little bit. It's not like hard to hear the vocal. I just think that the vocal is kind of getting... It's a little too in the mix instead of being just slightly above the mix, which is kind of ideally where you want the vocal, where it's like, it's in the song, but it's riding a bit above the other instruments. And here it's kind of buried a little bit. I think if you turn the Reese down as well, you also have more space to give the vocal a bit more reverb without it washing into the background. Because I think it would benefit. It's an overall pretty atmospheric track, and I think the vocal is too dry here somehow. I think going out of the drop, it needs some sort of sweepy transition thingy. I think it would be really good if it was something tonal and not something noise-based. So some sort of cool... I don't know, like some sort of guitar transition effect. I want to make a couple of those. I won't make any this week, because this week I'm experimenting with more like weird piano and convolver stuff, but I will try. You could even take like one of the... Actually, I'll make a couple of these that are like single note, but last week I had like the cool like Botanica piano stuff. I will see if I can, maybe tomorrow I can make some more of those that are like just single notes so that you can just pitch it to what you need, but that are like very much for effects, because like this is exactly the type of place where you want like just something that just like has a cool like tremolo, and then has like a decays out into like this type of thing, because it will help occupy you for this moment while you come out. Like it just makes this transition feel so much better, because the two sections will be connected by a unique element, and it's important that it's unique, either because it's an element that already exists in the track that's being played in a new way or in a new context, or it's a completely unique sound that just plays once and fits with the whole palette of the track. Hopefully that makes sense. I would say the lead here, like this ARP, this dun 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 dun, I would filter it here because it's kind of sharp compared to everything else, and it will feel even sharper if you lower the Reese bass here. If you make the Reese bass quieter, it will feel much more sharp overall. And then for the outro, I would layer this. You kind of have this like very like centered piano like synth. I would add like an extra really wide layer with a lot of reverb. Just kind of have like a lush outro. It's such a beautiful track. Like I would make the outro also complementarily like really just lush and texture, like add some cool Foley's or whatever. There's a bunch in my Patreon. Shout out my Patreon. But yeah, there's a bunch in my Patreon that you can use. Even like last week we had some cool stuff in there for Botanica. So Green Dragon has gotten so good at producing. Honestly, he has. Make sure to reverb sub, guys. True. Wait, you guys have typed a ton. Any good content creators I'll recommend that teaches about mixing? Good content creators to look at are In The Mix. There's a couple of ones that I'm forgetting. Sage Audio is also pretty good, but it's quite nerdy, and I think you get more out of it when you're at a more advanced, a more comfortable place, when you're familiar with how mixing works and stuff. I will eventually, probably not, I'm not going to make any promises, but I will eventually do some of my own mixing stuff, because I think there isn't as much of it that exists for like these like really heavy, and I say heavy in terms of like high energy melodic type of music, like dance music. It just, I've always struggled, and so I've had to synthesize from a lot of different places until I found what works. But definitely start off with In The Mix, because he's really good at explaining ideas. Thought it was good advice first. What was I saying? Yeah, I think that's it. Those are my thoughts. I love this track. Can't wait for it to be released, so I can just add it to my playlist. My mixing skills scummarized. EQ, reverb, low cut, and distortion. Hey, that's already a good start. Your challenge is going to be compression. I think I'll eventually also. I have a playlist with a bunch of production related stuff. I do need to sift through it, and eventually I want to make a consolidated playlist of specifically mixing feedback that I've benefited from, and that, because I've always wanted that to be like, hey, like if you wanted to learn mixing, I can tell you that these videos are good to watch, right? Like there's so many videos out there, and half of them are complete blasphemy, like they're completely useless, and then the 25% are like kind of not, they're like, it's good information, but it's kind of misleading, or it's difficult to understand, or is not that actionable or helpful when you're trying to learn in the beginning. There's maybe like 25% that's like actually really good. So anyway, made this today. Hell yeah. Let's see. Oh my god, yeah. Kind of has like a tropical vibe. I love this. Finish it. I think, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feedback this though, because it just feels so work in progress that I'm kind of struggling. The only thing I definitely can like feedback you on is like this clap here kind of feels meh. It's like you have so much space here that you can really afford to have a longer, more relaxed clap with like a longer tail, because this tail is like a very, and it doesn't really complement the context that it's in. You can EQ after distortion because distortion plus saturation adds lows. True. Wait. Oh wait, there's so much. So much. You guys talk a lot. I love it. I'm gonna mixing through these streams. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Anything I'm trying to manage is dBs and loves. Yeah, volume is a huge component. I'm assuming a vocal will be added later. Yeah, I'm assuming the whole rest of the track will get added later. If Tropical House was good, I like this because it's like the tropical future bounce stuff that used to be more released. There's even, if you guys, there's an artist called Flay who used to really release tracks in this style. And they say it's not exactly like this, but it was like in this more like really uplifting, super bouncy, chill type of future bounce, and I love it. And actually they released a track, like I guess it was like an old ID or remix that never got finished or never got worked on. And it's like literally in the same vein as this, and it's so cool. Yeah, I also don't like how Tropical House is kind of too like, we are chilling and nothing is happening. It's like too much. This is like super melodic, you know? Like the extra melody, is the extra lead does a lot as well. I just focus on like, don't overcomplicate this drop. Keep it like this, polish it, make the sounds as nice as you want. Focus on details. Add more textured samples. Like realistically, I would say take the sounds you have and just like, you know, especially like the drums, layer in some textures, go to my Patreon, download the samples, use this. I'm not trying to like just be a sellout here, but also my Patreon is literally free and all the samples are free, and I think it's genuinely super ideal for what you're trying to go for here. This week as well, like for next week, we'll have some really cool, I was working on them today, like textured hi-hats. So they're more like hi-hat layers, because I don't know if I have to do some testing with them to see, but I don't think they're going to be great completely on their own unless you make like lo-fi. But they'll be really great hi-hat layers to get some more texture and punch and organic niceness. What do you mean it hit 5 lufs? You mean negative 5 lufs, right? Not positive 5 lufs. There'll be picture, by the way. I appreciate it, man. Okay, I don't know what else to say. Keep going. Late Eyes and ZFP Tron. Vazla. Took our time. Hell yeah. Damn. This art is crazy. I don't know if this is the one they sent last week or not. Nice Atmos. What do you mean plus 6 lufs? Damn, this is hot as fuck. Ninja 1. Red card. Hi, bro. Yo. This is cool. These automations are nice.
Don't go back there. Just say, forget it. Just say,
No,
listen.
man, I'm not gonna do that. I'm doing my thing.
Well, nothing else would work. Obviously, the other way didn't work, so you got to try, do it your own way. Do it the way, right out, everything open, Just tell them. Don't you want to?
Okay. Wow, this outro is so cool. I really want to try doing an outro like this with my own voice. Not that I think it'd be as good, but I wonder if I could with enough takes, you could probably get something good. This is dope. I like this. I will say it's personally this is not really my style. I don't know why, I just don't like the style as much. Even though it's not that much different from the stuff you guys sent previously. I don't know. Somewhere in my head I'm just it's not for me. But regardless of that, I think my feedback is mostly the sub I think could hit a bit harder in some parts. Like here specifically, it feels kind of I don't know, the sub is not really as present anymore, whereas here it's I don't know. Or maybe it's just the bass in general, maybe just the mid bass and the upper harmonics of the bass need to have a little more presence. Because here it's good. Maybe I'm having delusions, I don't know. Because there is also a lot of high end, which can sometimes give the impression that it's oh, there's no sub. It's that's not true. I think overall there's a little bit of I think the drops are quite long, almost a minute of drop. I do wonder if maybe there's a place where you can take 4 or 8 bars off and make it a bit more concise. I think also this bridge here, because here it also goes into this extended drop, so it becomes quite long. And then here I would say maybe trim a bit of the drop or the extended drop, and then also maybe you could probably trim a bit of the bridge if you wanted to. You don't have to. I don't think it's oh, it's so long, oh my god, I'm dying. But it does feel a bit long. Or honestly, it'd be kind of nice if it's more chilled out, considering how many stuffs is going on. It's so high energy, and then we kind of go to this thing which feels instrumentally it has all the energy just without the drums. This is super dope.
Go back and do it your own.
But yeah, maybe the bridge could be a little more chilled out, and then it'd be a little bit more, make a little bit more sense as well once we go from a sort of lower energy point to.
Don't go back there. Just say,
and focus on this vocal. But overall, really cool. I like it. The only other thing I have to say is honestly, I know you probably made the vocal chops yourselves, and I'm trying to shit on you guys for the vocal chop. I just don't know if this particular chop is it. There's something about like it. I would just say maybe try and experiment with, you know, a couple of different chops, like in very much in the same vein, because I think it fits conceptually. I just don't know if this particular chop is the one. I don't know. So after a while, it kind of just felt a little not grating, but I was just like, it wasn't hitting for me in the way that like the chops on your other tracks were hitting. Not enough post-processing. Enough post-processing fix everything. Yeah, true. Kaylee B said maybe make the LFOs cleaner. Seems like all the sound should be the same. It's true. I don't mind it, personally. Where's Kelly? Is that like Where's Waldo? We playing that game? Next up, id. Let me also just check the table. Okay, it looks like we're chilling. Oh, he's got another one. You can do 2 Kelly B tracks back to back. I don't mind. I made this ID recently, and I like where it's going. Any feedback would be awesome. Let's go. Whoa, the really like shuffled hats. Oh, we're going full Neuro bass, aren't we? Oh god. I'm afraid. Whoa! Well, it's definitely loud. You weren't kidding about that. God damn. The wah feels a little... I don't know, it feels a little random the way it's hitting. I would try maybe changing up the sound it's on. Because that wah, it just feels a little... It like sticks out a lot as well in the mix. Where it's just like wah, but not in like a... Yo, it's like more of like a... Huh? You got your goofy. It's almost goofy. It feels fitting, but it's a little. I mean, everything in like the smack the shit out of my mic. Everything else feels fine. Like this is cool. I know you're still working on it, so I'm not gonna go on about how like it needs more and like you can make it more exciting or like make the pad more exciting, whatever, right? I would say also automate this vocal chop like more than just a pitch, right? Like give it some cool characteristics. I think this is stuff I'm working on as well right now just in my music, is like taking the elements that I'm repeating and actually automating them in a way to make them like really exciting. I think automation is one of the things that separates like good producers from like legendary producers, is like not only the amount of automation, but the creativity and I want to say like accuracy, right? The precision with which you automate. Just you have so much expression of skill with an automation. It's something I'm thinking about a lot. Eliminate's automations are crazy. Because the thing is, Eliminate can take a sound that's genuinely garbage and craft it into something that has like, it's just cool by doing basically nothing. You know what I mean? Not nothing, but like just with automation. It's insane. Yeah, other than that, like everything else is fine. It just feels it's like super dry and in your face, which is fine, but it would be nice if there were a couple of elements. I think maybe this is where you can have the chord come in, like bring in that width and that space to actually give the dryness some contrast and make it feel like it's the whole track contextually is in a space, but that it's more of like a real choice to like be this dry and in your face. It's like and then also wah, and then boom, smack you again. Consistently, he makes bangers. True. Alright, you got one more. Let's take a listen. Still major whip. Alright. Exactly like that, funnily enough. That's exactly what I was thinking of. That's nasty. That's nasty. I think maybe especially here, it's the here also I would say like automations. It's a little too much of the exact same profile of the same sound. What else to say? Oh, reference Jonth. I think for this one, Jonth would be a good reference because he does make this sort of really cool style, and I would take a look at like how he is structuring his drops and like adding cool changes, and like even referencing some of the sound design. Beautiful, Armorison, papa. Yes, I don't know what I just said, but yeah, that's really all I have to say. Like, it's cool. Reference of Roy Knox, bro. Actually, can you imagine? Can you imagine essentially remixing this idea into a Roy Knox like break? Be kind of wild. Kind of wild. I mean, we don't really have any more tracks, so I think this is the part where I say goodbye, because I also have to eat something. Have? Yeah, true. What was the last thing Have put out? Just like that immediately. Yeah.
Cheers, move it.
I'm not sure. I like personally, I don't like these like really acoustic metally snares. These like boom, like I don't know why I don't like them. I'm such a big fan of these like more clap type snares. Don't know why.
You know how we do this.
Because they definitely hit hard. Like, it's unequivocal that they hit hard. I think this is my favorite one. And this one is a little less like ringy in the sense it's more like a dunk. It's just like a straight dunk in the snare. Put it down. Put it down. I like the one with Roy Knox. Wait, did they actually have one together? I kind of want to believe you. Does he have a playlist with like... Okay, this bugs me. When artists don't have like a releases thing, it annoys me. Because I want to go through their catalog and they just have... This one's I'm alright. Kuro... More plastic. Oh, what does this sound like? Not for me. I know I'm only listening to literally 0.2 seconds of it, but... Protostar? not as much my thing either. All right, chat. I gotta get to making some food because otherwise I'm gonna starve, and then I got places to be. So, with that, I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for both of you for coming so early. I know, especially for Kelly B, this was early, so I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, let's just switch here. And goodbye. Wait, what did you say? Warnock's Bad Habits. Thanks for all the feedback. Of course, man. It really makes me happy that you guys come every week. Like, I'm so glad. It's really such an enjoyable part of my week as well. Just getting to hear what all of you guys are working on. And if you have thoughts about samples you want to hear in my Patreon, leave them in the server suggestions or just like in general on my Discord server. The Discord server is in the description, so you guys are both in there. Literally have helped us improve greatly. I appreciate it. I'm glad that it's making a difference. Cheers. Very, very UK of you. Alrighty. Goodbye, everybody.